Hey fellas, hope you guys doing great. In today's video we will see, what if Naruto started his new life in MLP by building harem with Princess Luna, Part 1. Huge shout out to Andrew 2013 for this story. If you end up liking this video, please consider subscribe and like the video. So let's start the story. A loud bang startles Twilight as she's thrown from her bed to the floor. Her purple hair and fur get slightly messy because of it. She gets up on all four of her hooves and heads down the stairs to check on Spike, her purple baby dragon companion. Somehow the loud bang didn't bother him because he was snoring away in his little bed. Twilight shook her head, feeling like it must have been her imagination, but in the back of her mind she couldn't help but feel like something happened to somebody. Twilight decided to go take a look and figure out what made that loud bang. She didn't go out 3 steps before seeing a large smoke cloud where the bang's source lay. Twilight felt like she should get her friends, but it was late, and she didn't want to wake them if this was nothing. She decided not to wake anyone and go by herself. It shouldn't be that bad, probably just a rock or some stupid accident. Twilight made her way through the dark streets of Ponyville, feeling a little intimidated because it has been a while since she was out this late. She felt like going back, but she knew she had a duty to the ponies here to make sure that nothing was amiss. Her teacher and friend Princess Celestia would probably be upset if this happened to be some evil being, and she did nothing about it. Although she was scared, she went on ahead to where the crater lay. When she looked down, she couldn't believe what she saw. At the bottom of the crater lay an orange pony with blonde spiky hair and tail. The cutie mark was a red swirl. She quickly jumped into the crater, not caring if it was a trap because this pony needed help. "Hey, are you alright?" Twilight asked, which made no sense. Who asks someone who has created a crater and is unconscious if they are okay? Twilight didn't know what to expect, but she knew that she had to get this pony out of here. Using her powers, she raised the pony into the air and began leading it to an empty cart that was conveniently parked a few feet away from the crater. Placing the pony on the cart, she heard a moan come from the pony that made her look that way. From the sound of the moan, Twilight could tell that it was a boy. Although Twilight was a little hesitant to take a male pony to her home, she had little choice. No pony in all of Ponyville would be awake to take care of him. Realizing this, she let out a heavy sigh as she started to pull the cart back to Ponyville. When she arrived, she again used her powers to get the boy pony inside. Judging from his size, Twilight guessed that this pony was as old as she was. Seeing the pony sleep brought a smile to her face, and her face blushed when she realized that a boy was in her room. She decided to get some rest and hoped that the pony wouldn't wake up before her. If he did, though, that may cause trouble, so she decided to sleep near him. Unfortunately, the closest place to him was in the bed next to him. Again, her face went red because of the thought of sleeping with a boy right next to her. The second that she lifted the covers, the orange pony stirred. She jumped back, lifting her left front hoof in surprise as the pony woke. The boy had blue eyes that sparkled when the moonlight hit them. She blushed again when he looked right at her. "Thank goodness you're okay." She smiled at him, hoping it would calm him down. The boy pony screamed as he had no idea what was going on. "What the heck is going on?" he screamed, jumping against the wall. "How are you able to talk? Ponies can't." He looked at himself, realizing now that he was a pony. "What happened to me?" "Whoa, calm down." Twilight tried to calm him down, but the more she talked, the more he seemed to freak out. Using her powers, she grabbed some thread and tied it around the mouth of the pony, so he would stop screaming but could still talk. "Can you tell me your name now?" "Mine's Twilight." "Name's Naruto," he said with his mouth slightly tied. "Can you tell me where I am and how I am a pony?" "You must have hit your head pretty hard," she said, picking his face up to look her in the eyes. Her purple eyes were like small beams of pure light to Naruto because he couldn't look away no matter how much he wanted to. Her eyes were the most beautiful things he has ever seen. Naruto tried remembering what happened to him, but as far as he could remember, or as much as he could remember, was that he wasn't supposed to be a pony. However, he didn't know what he was supposed to be, so he pretty much guessed that he was turned into a pony for a reason. He would have to figure it out while figuring out why he was here. "Twilight?" he asked, a little nervous because he wasn't sure if he could trust her or not. "Where am I?" "Well, you're on Equestria in a town called Ponyville." Twilight added the planet's name because she thought that he might ask that. I could show you around if you want, but it'll have to wait for morning. Naruto nodded as he tried to walk but immediately stumbled and landed on his chin. Are you alright? Yeah, Naruto said, getting on all four hooves. But I don't really know how to walk like a pony. Twilight gave a light chuckle which made Naruto a little irritated. Well, walking like a pony is easy, Twilight said, getting next to Naruto. Pick both of your left legs up and put them in front of your right. Naruto did what Twilight said and was walking fine in no time. See, it's easy. Thanks, Twilight, Naruto said, rubbing his head against her. Twilight's face flushed up a little as no one has ever done this before. Naruto quickly jumped off, realizing what he had just done. Don't take it the wrong way, Twilight. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry. It's okay, just don't do that again, alright? She said, shaking her head of silly thoughts. You can stay here tonight, come on, I'll show you where you can sleep. Naruto followed Twilight up the stairs and went into a room where Spike was snoring away. Naruto went over to the little guy, but Twilight jumped out in front of him, stopping him. She didn't want to have to explain to him why there was a boy in the house. Just sleep on the floor right now, if it's okay. Twilight was a little upset because she forgot that there wasn't any other place where Naruto could sleep. It's fine, besides you've already been a great help. I'm indebted to you, Naruto said, smiling. Twilight smiled back as she climbed back into her bed and fell asleep. Naruto didn't lie on the ground. He wanted to figure out what she was going to do when morning came. However, Naruto's body was exhausted, and as he tried to leave, his body collapsed from exhaustion. He fell into a deep sleep. When he woke up, Spike was right over him, staring right into his eyes. Naruto had a sweat drop on his head as Spike didn't move his head. Twilight, Spike called out, running toward the exit. He's awake. Naruto thought there would be a lot more drama from the small dragon that Twilight had kept him from seeing last night. He walked to a window and looked out to see that many other ponies were running about. He was amazed at how peaceful the place looked from the window. He was anxious to get outside, but he didn't want to leave Twilight because he felt slightly drawn to her. Twilight appeared in the doorway and Naruto looked at her. Did you try and leave last night? Naruto stepped back a step because he felt a little guilty for trying to leave without telling her. You should have told me, I would have stopped you. You literally crashed into the ground, so I wasn't surprised when I woke to find you on your side. You had me scared there for a few moments. Twilight! A very excited and joyful voice called out from the entrance. Oh no! Twilight said, turning around slightly surprised. Naruto was confused on what was so bad about the voice, but little did he know that he was going to regret saying that in his head. A pink pony with balloons on its back legs and pink hair rushed in, looking like she had just seen the best thing ever. Oh my gosh! The pink pony rushed at Naruto, stopping within inches of his face. Hello? Hello? My name's Pinkie Pie, what's yours? Naruto felt very uncomfortable around this pony. Name's Naruto, didn't Twilight tell you? No. In fact, this is first I've even seen or heard about you. Pinkie was a little overly excited. Naruto wanted to back away, but his rear was already against the wall. He was between a rock and a hard place. She's always this way, so don't worry about it. Twilight pulled him out from between the wall and Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie, what are you doing here? Well, I came by to tell you that Applejack needed help with the farm and finding something. But then I saw Naruto. Is he your boyfriend? He's your boyfriend, isn't he? Oh, Twilight, why didn't you tell me or the others? He's not my boyfriend. I met him yesterday, and he is rather new. Tell Applejack we'll be there when I'm done showing him around, Twilight said, acting slightly calm, which was greatly difficult considering being calm around Pinkie Pie is hard. Okay, see you. Pinkie darted out the door, leaving a cloud of dust behind her. Naruto's mouth hung open because of how much energy Pinkie had. She's one of my friends, you'll get used to her, Twilight said, smiling, but Naruto highly doubted that he would ever get used to that pony. Twilight started heading for the exit, startling Naruto, who ran to her side, bumping into her. Watch it, okay, you don't have to be in a hurry. I'm not going to leave you. Naruto felt strangely relieved knowing that Twilight said something like that. Naruto didn't know anything about this place, and the only friend he had if that was Twilight, so for her to say that meant a lot. Twilight brought them through many streets of Ponyville, showing him where all the stores and shops were. Naruto was very interested in the town, and he felt happy that Twilight was willing to be this kind to him. Suddenly a rainbow shot over him. "Hey Chui, who's that with you?" Naruto looked up to see a sky blue pony with wings and a lightning bolt on its back legs. "This is Naruto," Twilight said to the flying pony with a loud voice. She then turned to Naruto. "Naruto, this is Rainbow Dash. She's a Pegasus. I have another friend like her, well, another that can fly named Fluttershy, but we'll meet her when that time comes, okay?" "Hey RD," Naruto said to Rainbow Dash, who looked at him a little puzzled. "Sorry, I thought calling you by your initials would be okay." "Nah, it's cool, I just prefer my name to some nickname is all." Rainbow Dash landed on the ground in front of him. "So are you all headed over to Applejack's to help out?" "We were just about to head over there actually," Twilight said, looking at Naruto with a smile. He couldn't help but smile back at her. The three of them walked together when a white pony with blue-violet hair appeared. "Oh my, who's this?" The pony sounded elegant to Naruto, as she seemed to be judging Naruto as she looked at him. "Rarity, this is Naruto, he's a friend of mine I met yesterday." Twilight sounded slightly irritated. Naruto guessed it was because she had to do this every time one of her friends showed up. All of them were beautiful to Naruto, and he guessed that they were all his friends too. "Nice to meet you, Rarity, name's Naruto." Naruto knelt to her, feeling like he had to. Rarity let out a gasp, as did the other two. "What? I thought that she deserved it because of how elegant she sounded. Was I wrong?" "Oh heavens no," Rarity said before the other two had a chance to speak. "I appreciate the compliment, but I am but a normal pony like Twilight and Rainbow Dash here. There is no need for those formalities, but if you feel as though you must, go right ahead." Naruto felt a little better knowing that this pony was just like the other two. He soon heard somebody step on a stick. He turned to see a bright yellow-colored pony with pink hair looking out from behind a corner. Naruto took a step towards the pony, and she disappeared behind the wall. He ran to the corner, looking past to see that no one was there. He soon heard the sound of wings and looked up. "Hey, that's where you went," he said, smiling, making the pony come down. "I'm Naruto, what's your name?" "I'm Fluttershy." Her voice was soft and sweet like honey to Naruto. "Are you friends with Twilight and the others?" "Yeah, we were just on our way to Applejack's family farm to help her out." Naruto felt like he could really open up to this pony. "Were you heading there too? If so, come with us, I'd like to get to know all of Twilight's friends." Fluttershy originally didn't know whether she could trust him or not, but Naruto seemed to be a nice guy. No later than she nodded her head, the 5 new friends began heading over to Applejack's family farm. Pinkie Pie joined them about halfway to the farm. "Oh, y'all are here, that's great." Naruto looked to see a bright orange pony holding a rope with her mouth, trying to get a really heavy hay bale up the barn. Naruto heard a small snapping and looked at the rope to see that it was giving out. It was about to snap and Naruto had to act. He ran at the pony, not caring what happened to him. The rope snapped and the pony looked up in horror as the heavy bale fell towards her. It crashed into the ground, but Naruto got to her in time and they both found themselves on the other side of the bale in each other's arms. Naruto looked at the pony and couldn't believe how beautiful she looked. She had blonde hair that was glowing in the sunlight. Her green eyes were remarkable, he couldn't look away. To him they were more mesmerizing than Twilight's. "Are you okay?" "I reckon so." Her country accent was just an extra to how amazing Naruto thought she was. "I'm Applejack." Naruto quickly got up, realizing this was the pony they were coming to help. "I'm Naruto. I got here yesterday, it's a nice to meet you." He didn't understand why, but he was extremely nervous. "Oh, is this yours?" Naruto took a cowboy hat off his head and placed it back on Applejack, who thanked him. The 5 others came from around the bale to see if their friends were okay and found them to be just fine. "Well, since y'all are here, we should get to work." Applejack gave everyone a different job to do around the farm. Naruto was put on fencing with Applejack, and he stayed close to her so that he could get everything right. Applejack found Naruto's determination amazing. There was a sudden gust of wind that caught her hat, making it fly into a nearby tree. Darn! Applejack was upset that her hat had fallen into a tree. Naruto saw this and jumped into the air, grabbing it with his mouth. He somehow knew he could jump that high. He landed on the ground to a shocked Applejack who looked at him with wonder. He put the hat back on her, and she shook her head to get herself back to the world. Wow, how did you do that? She asked, confused on how any pony without wings could reach that high. I just know how. Naruto didn't know any other way to describe it. I can't really explain it any better, sorry. It's okay, not like I'm gonna try that. So where do he put the hat back on her, and she shook her head to get herself back to the world. Wow, how did you do that? She asked, confused on how any pony without wings could reach that high. I just know how. Naruto didn't know any other way to describe it. I can't really explain it any better, sorry. It's okay, not like I'm gonna try that. So where do you come from? Applejack was interested in Naruto now, however she didn't realize that at that moment she was beginning to feel slightly more drawn to him. Truthfully, I don't know myself, Naruto said, looking down. I barely remember my past, but even though I can't remember anything, I will still live, even if that means living here. I just gotta find a place to sleep now. Whatcha mean? Applejack asked, a slight bit concerned at that point. Well, Twilight was kind enough to let me sleep at her place yesterday when she found me, but I don't want to be a freeloader, so I'm going to try and find my own place to live in here. Naruto was determined to find his own living, even if that meant looking for days. Well, I hope you find yourself a good home. Applejack looked up at the sky, feeling slightly guilty because he could stay at the farm. There was plenty of room. She soon realized what she was thinking and she shook her head. Thanks, Naruto said with a smile. After I'm done, I'll go look for a place where I can call my own. But I am going to live here in Ponyville, so I will be looking for a place here. That's great. Applejack was a little too happy hearing that. She quickly blushed at her own words. Naruto looked at her with wide eyes because it sounded like Applejack wanted him to be close by. She just wanted him to have friends close by in case of a jam. They were halfway through the work when Naruto heard what sounded like a growling and looked up to see red eyes looking right at him. Naruto got ready to fight as a small rabbit jumped out from the bushes. Angel, what are you doing here? Fluttershy asked the small rabbit, who quickly jumped onto her. Naruto felt slightly embarrassed that he was afraid of a rabbit, but he didn't know what it was because the rabbit was in the shadows. Fluttershy picked the rabbit up, flapping her wings as she headed inside the house. Naruto was starting to get exhausted because his body was still worn out from whatever happened to him yesterday. Nobody was around him, so he let out a cry of pain because he felt if he held it in any longer he would have exploded. Apparently everyone heard it because all 6 of the girls ran over to him. Hey, you okay, Naruto? Applejack asked first as the other 5 came up from behind. Yeah, my body just feels like it's in a lot of pain. I just had to cry out, sorry for scaring you all, Naruto said, laughing slightly. Everyone had this upset look because they all thought that he was really hurt, but hearing that he was just exhausted was annoying. Naruto got back to work, placing the last of the fencing materials where Applejack had told him to place them. He wondered if any of the girls disliked him, but he thought that that was impossible. All 6 of them were incredible, and he was lucky that he could call them his friends. When he finished, he went to go help Applejack with her work and saw that her tail was stuck in the ground by one of the fencing. He ran over and back kicked the fencing out, releasing her tail. Naruto was happy that she was free, but his body howled with pain because he had used a lot of strength with that kick. You okay, Applejack? Naruto asked, slightly concerned as he looked at her tail. Yeah, it happens, but thanks for the help. Applejack's smile sent waves down Naruto's back that almost made him collapse. He was ready to collapse again, but Applejack's smile somehow gave him strength. He found himself gaining energy the more Applejack's smile held. When she dropped the smile and got back to work, Naruto found himself with a ton of energy. Hey, is there anything else I can do to help you, Applejack? Naruto asked, wanting to be of more help to her. Nah, you're good. You've done more than you needed, so why don't ya go look for that place in Ponyville you wanted to find? Applejack said, turning to go check on how the others were faring. Naruto didn't have time to thank her as she was already gone. He felt like she would never truly appreciate him, but he was happy that she was his friend. Naruto ran off the farm, jumping over bushes and into trees like the ninja that he once was, but forgot. He arrived back in the main part of town where everyone looked at him with quizzical looks. He felt like they were all afraid of him, but he didn't know why. He was one of them, so why did he feel like everyone didn't want him around? Naruto saw a shadow far off in the distance and headed for it. When he reached the shadow, he saw that it was a rundown house. Naruto's eyes glowed with inspiration as he knew this was going to be his new home. Naruto walked into the open doorway and was hit with a blast of dust. Little did he know that he was being watched by Princess Luna. A dark blue pony with wings and a horn and a moon rested on her legs. She was also sister to Princess Celestia. She walked out of her hiding hole and knocked on the door, making Naruto jump around in surprise. "Sorry." Luna's voice was gentle and soft, kind of like Applejack's, only without the southern accent. "I was told by my sister that you were looking for a home. I see that you've already found one. Looks like you won't need my help. I could use some help cleaning the place up if you won't mind." Naruto didn't realize how high up she was. Luna couldn't believe that Naruto thought she was ordinary. This had her thinking about him in different ways than she thought of other stallions. She blushed, realizing that this pony thought of her as normal, not some special pony that you had to pamper like her sister. "Name's Naruto. What's yours?" "Luna," she said, not wanting him to know that she was royalty. She wanted him to think of her as anyone else because the feeling she had was amazing. For once she was seen as something other than a princess. "I'd love to help you. Naruto is good with the ladies, isn't he?" The two of them began cleaning the house from top to bottom. Luna used her powers on an old broom, making it sweep a lot of dust outside. Naruto used his skills and jumped from wall to wall with a wet cloth, wiping a different part each time. Suddenly the upper floor began giving out. Luna looked up and froze with fear. Naruto jumped at her, pushing her as the second floor fell to the ground. Luna got up and found Naruto under the debris from the second floor. She began using her powers to clear it away, but Naruto smiled at her, which stopped her. Naruto went inside and felt a surge of energy. He didn't want Luna wasting her energy for him. He busted through the top of the debris, doing a somersault in the air, landing on all four hooves. "I'm okay, how about you?" Naruto asked with a smile. Luna found his smile to be more than that. She wanted to be with him no matter who he was. She wanted to be with this stallion who smiled at her with such happiness. She wanted to be by his side no matter how pathetic she would seem. She wanted to, even if her sister Celestia said otherwise. Even though she hadn't even known him for a full day, she wanted to be with him forever, but she couldn't let him know that. She wanted to get to know him a little more. "Naruto, I need to go tell my sister something, so would you mind waiting for me a little bit?" she asked, flapping her wings. "I don't mind at all, besides you've done so much for me already. I can't see how I can repay you, but I would do anything to repay you," Naruto said, giving her a wink which had her flying out with a huge smile. She had never felt this before, and she didn't want to lose it. She wanted this feeling to remain, and she was going to do anything to remain at his side. Luna arrived at the front door to Twilight's house, where Applejack was also inside. "Hey Luna, what are you doing here?" Twilight asked, allowing Luna inside. "I need you to send a note to my sister telling her that I'm going to remain in Ponyville for a while. You wouldn't mind doing that, would you?" Luna couldn't believe how embarrassed she was with what she was asking Twilight. Applejack couldn't help but feel interested in why she wanted to stay in Ponyville. "Excuse me for asking, but why do you want to stay in Ponyville?" she asked, wondering why she'd want to go from a castle to a small town of ponies. "Well, it's a little embarrassing actually." Luna was blushing super red, almost making her whole face red. "My sister got the message you sent her about the new pony, so she sent me to welcome him. When I met him, my heart soared. I don't know why he causes it, but when he talked to me like I was just an everyday average pony, I felt excited, happy. I want to get to know him, you know." "Sounds like you're in love, princess," Applejack said, smiling, although somewhere deep in her she was hurting because she knew the new pony was Naruto. She didn't know it, but hearing that had her heart stopping for a brief second, and she wondered why. She knew that Naruto was just a friend to her, and nothing more. "That's impossible. How can you fall in love with someone after just meeting them? It makes no sense." Luna denied what Applejack said, feeling like there was no way she in love. She had never felt this way about any boy before, so could it be love? "Could you send the note please, Twilight?" Sure, Spike. Twilight called Spike over, who immediately got out a quill and paper and began writing down a note to Princess Celestia from the words that Twilight spoke. Dear Princess Celestia, your younger sister Luna wishes to live in Ponyville for some time. She wants to get to know the new pony a little better, but she will keep her title hidden from him because of the way he makes her feel. Spike spat out fire, sending the note to Celestia. About a minute later, Spike spat out another piece of paper, but this was the answer from the princess. Spike began reading the letter from Celestia. I will allow my sister to remain in Ponyville for a year, but after she must return to help with the kingdom. Luna flew into the air with excitement because she felt like she had a shot at making some pony think of her as something more than a princess. She flew back over to Naruto's house, where he waited on the front porch for her with eager patience. She didn't realize how fast she was flying until she tried to stop. She tried to regain control but lost it and crashed into Naruto, sending them into the house. They tumbled in until they hit a wall. After looking at each other, they laughed a little bit out loud. Well, that was sure an entrance, Naruto said, standing up on his hooves. Luna stood up, folding her wings back up against her. She blushed at his words because she was embarrassed that she had pretty much tackled him. Well, what did you go tell your sister? I told her that I would be staying here in Ponyville for a while. It's personal reasons, though. She looked away, blushing, feeling like she was about to spill the whole secret of her feelings. She was still trying to figure out whether or not if she even liked him that way. If it's okay, I'd like to live here. Think of it as repayment for me helping you. Also, this way we both won't have to be alone. That's a very good point, Luna. We'll need to fix the second floor before we can go to sleep, though, because that's where the bedrooms are, Naruto said sheepishly as he scratched his head. He felt a little nervous that he was allowing a girl to live in the house he wanted to call his own, but he had to repay her, and he wanted to have someone who he could feel at ease with. We should go look for some bedding materials first. Naruto left the home with Luna right behind him. She felt strange because she was actually going to go search for her bedding. Her life as a princess may not have prepared her for this. Luna, you don't need to help. I'll make sure there's enough bedding for the both of us. Why don't you get started on fixing the second floor? Naruto said, smiling at her. Sure, just don't get lost, okay? Luna said, feeling a little worried about him. Naruto gave a light chuckle because he found her concern humorous. She sounded like a worried wife or girlfriend to him. He walked away into the dark of night and realized how beautiful the moon looked. It was as beautiful as Luna's blue eyes. He had to find bedding, though. If he didn't have to, he would have looked at it all night. Luna started to put the second floor back together using her powers and some magic to fix it. Before she knew it, she had finished the repairs for the second floor. She then went to the second floor to do any last-minute cleaning before Naruto got back. When she walked up the stairs, she noticed that there was only one usable bedroom for the moment. It would take a couple of days to clean out the other room. She blushed, realizing that she would be sleeping in the same room as Naruto. An hour passed by and Luna was beginning to get worried about Naruto because he was taking too long. She was about to go after him when he heard him outside. Dang it! Naruto sounded upset to Luna, but looking out a window showed that he was dragging a bunch of leaves that looked like small clouds. I don't care how many times I gotta put you all back into a pile. Luna needs a bed and I'm going to get her one. Luna couldn't believe that Naruto went out of his way to make sure she would have a bed to sleep on. He thought of her as an average pony, yet he was treating her like the princess she was. This caused her heart to throb against her chest. She didn't understand why she felt this way, but she didn't want the feeling to leave, and she was willing to do anything to keep it, even if it meant remaining with Naruto forever. She rushed down and helped him pull the leaves into the house. Luna, leave the bed making to me, all right? Naruto said as he began placing the leaves in two opposite spots about 2 feet away from each other. There we go. It's not really a bed, but these leaves will do until I'm able to get us some real beds, okay? It's all right with me, Luna said, getting onto one of the piles of leaves. Naruto fell onto the other pile. Luna sprang up to check on Naruto, but found that he fell asleep. She couldn't believe that Naruto was so exhausted. Looking at his body, she noticed a few scrapes and bruises. Did you have to fight for these leaves, Naruto? She asked to the sleeping pony. She couldn't believe that some pony, especially some pony she had just met, would do such a thing for her. It was like a dream she once had, but in this case it was real, not a dream. She put her hoof on him and felt his warmth through it. She liked it, and wanted it to be all over her. However, she didn't want to release emotions she wasn't sure of yet, so she went back to her bed of leaves and went to sleep. Tomorrow would be an interesting day for the two of them. Naruto woke to the smell of dew and a strange yet wonderful scent. He sprang up and noticed that Luna wasn't in her bed. He began to wonder if she was possibly cooking. He ran down the stairs to the still messy first floor, where the wondrous smell got even more potent in its scent. Naruto darted past the entrance to his kitchen and found himself slamming into a wall. Luna came out from the kitchen wearing an apron that had small splotches of batter. Naruto looked at her from the ground. As his butt faced the sky, his tail fell into his face. Luna giggled lightly. She was happy with how goofy he was because that added to his charm, at least to Luna anyway. Naruto got up and walked into the kitchen, where he saw pancakes with eggs. Their smell was spectacular. Naruto ran up to them, his eyes beaming with hunger. "Luna, did you make this?" Naruto asked, feeling like there was no way she could have done this. Luna gave a sly grin and winked at him. "Are they for me?" he asked, slightly nervous. "Of course they are." Luna acted like she had been doing this all her life, but the truth is this was the first time she has ever cooked anything in her life. Naruto sprang at the food, throwing his face into it like a dog. He hadn't eaten in hours and his stomach wasn't going to wait any longer for food. "Luna, this is amazing," Naruto said, lifting his head for air. "These are the best ever." Luna smiled on the outside, but on the inside she was cheering because she was desperately hoping that he would like it. She wanted to tell him it was her first time cooking, but she felt like he would think this was a lucky batch. "Luna, is this your first time cooking?" Naruto asked, feeling a slight bit curious on why she appeared so happy. "How did you know?" Luna gasped with fright. How was she so easily found out? She couldn't believe that all her hard work would be put to waste. "You are amazing," Naruto said, slightly jumping in the air. "You don't need to hide anything from me. I won't think of you any different. I would have still eaten it if it was bad. I believe if someone took the time to make something, you should eat it no matter what it tastes like. It could have been the worst thing ever and I still would have eaten it." Luna looked down, smiling, feeling like she was about to explode with happiness. "Thank you, Naruto," she said, looking back up at his smile. "What are you doing today?" "I have nothing planned. I was going to head out into town and look for work because I got to make money so I can get you an actual bed," Naruto said, placing the plate of emptiness in the sink. "I wouldn't mind if you came with. I'd protect you from anything. We're friends after all." Luna felt her heart pump faster when she heard that he would protect her from anything just because they were friends. She began thinking how much he would care for her if he liked her. Luna found it hard to keep herself from thinking about him liking her. The more she tried to stop the thoughts, the more they came. "Luna, are you coming?" Naruto asked, making Luna look up to see him waiting outside. She ran outside, feeling slightly embarrassed that she may have looked stupid shaking her head the way she was. She was so scared that she may like him that she wanted to make sure that her feelings wouldn't be rejected. Naruto looked at Luna and saw that she looked depressed. "Hey, are you alright?" he asked her, feeling concerned. "Yeah, just thinking about some stuff." Luna looked at him with a half smile that pretty much said she wasn't. "Tell me what's wrong, Luna," Naruto said, jumping in front of her. Luna looked at him with wide eyes. Naruto wanted to know what was wrong with her because she was his friend, however she couldn't help but think it may be more than that. Well, she had to say this right or he might get the wrong idea. "Have you ever liked any pony, Naruto?" Naruto blushed at the question because he didn't expect that kind of question. "I don't know whether I like this stallion or not, and it has my head spinning like crazy. I don't know what to believe. I want to tell him, but the fear of him rejecting me or these feelings that I'm not even sure of has me so confused." "Don't worry about it." Luna looked at him with surprised eyes. "I haven't ever felt love, if that's what you're asking, but if I did, I would hope it would be with a girl as pretty as you, Luna. I'm lucky to call you a friend, and whoever this stallion is, he should be lucky. He has no idea that someone like you likes him. We need to get to town, though. Don't worry, if he hurts you, I'll knock him around a few times with my hooves and then we'll see what he has to say." Naruto had no idea what he had just done. By saying those words he had pretty much sealed Luna's heart, and he didn't even know it. Luna watched as he walked away with eyes glowing in the sun. Her heart leapt with joy, but at the same time she felt destroyed. Naruto didn't have the feelings she had for him. She finally realized that she did like him even if they were new friends. The most unlikely of things can happen to any pony. She would have to live with him not liking her for now, but she wanted more than anything to have him say that he liked her. Luna ran to catch up with him as her heart beat faster the more he smiled and talked to her. They arrived in the main square of Ponyville and started to look for a job. Naruto looked around and noticed that some ponies were whispering to each other as they looked at the two of them. Luna was slightly nervous because any pony could spill the fact that she was a princess, and that could ruin everything for her. She prayed that no one did, but as those words crossed through her head, Rainbow Dash walked up. "Princess Luna, what are you doing here?" she asked Luna, causing her to freeze in fear because Naruto heard exactly what Rainbow Dash had said. He looked at Luna with wide eyes and she looked afraid of him at that point. "You're a princess?" he asked, making Luna back up slightly. "Why didn't you tell me that?" Luna didn't know what to say, but she didn't want him giving her the royal treatment now, not after yesterday and this morning. She flew away, not looking back. Her heart felt like it had been hit with a hammer. She landed in the dark forest where he would never find her. "Naruto will never like me now," was all that played through her head. Tears began falling down from her eyes as her heart felt like it was crumbling away millimeter by millimeter. "Rainbow Dash, what did you do to Luna?" Naruto was furious at her because Luna flew away without telling him anything. Why did Luna look like she was about to cry? "I don't know," she said, confused. "I was only wondering what Celestia's sister was doing here in Ponyville." Twilight entered with Applejack at that point. "What's wrong, guys?" she asked, seeing Naruto look angry. "Rainbow Dash called Luna a princess and she flew off," Naruto said, feeling a strange power flow through him. No one saw it, but the seal of his demon powers began to appear where his red swirl was. "Twilight, who's Celestia and why did Luna leave like she had just been crushed?" "Celestia, or Princess Celestia, rules over the land of Equestria. She's Luna's older sister. She is also what you would call the sun of Equestria. Luna would be the moon. Celestia is also my teacher in the magical arts." Naruto didn't really care about the fact that Celestia was some big princess figure. He was worried about Luna. "Luna came to my place last night telling me that she wanted to stay here so that she could watch over something." Twilight withheld the fact that Naruto was the reason for her wanting to be here because she didn't want him thinking of her as weird or anything really. "Applejack, do you have any idea why she would have flown away?" Naruto now realized why she was here. Because she wanted to watch something and she wanted him to help her. Most likely that boy who she liked was here in the town. However, if only Naruto was a little more bright, he may have realized that it was him she liked. "She said that you were treating her like any ordinary pony and that she liked it." Applejack began explaining what happened last night. "She said that she felt strange, happy even. I guess she didn't want you to find out that she was a princess because she told us not to mention that stuff around you, but you know now, so it doesn't really matter if we hide it." "Wait, are you telling me that she flew off because she was worried that I might start treating her like a princess?" Naruto looked at the ground. His seal disappeared as the power began to stop coming. "I wouldn't have done that. I would have treated her the same, but why didn't she tell me for real?" "That was the reason she gave us," Twilight said to him, trying to get him to realize that she never wanted him to find out her secret. "For her, you were the first pony to make her feel normal, wanted by someone other than the kingdom for her powers. She really wanted to be your friend, not someone that you would kneel to." "I think I understand now," Naruto said, but they weren't done explaining. Why are girls always like this, he thought to himself as they wouldn't be quiet. I would never want her to feel like that. I'm not like other ponies here. I would have still treated her the same. Naruto looked off in the direction that Luna had flown off in and wondered what could be that way. Twilight, where would someone go in that direction if they didn't want to be found? The dark forest, but she wouldn't do that. Her magic wouldn't work. But it is very thick, and the deeper you go, the more horrifying it gets. Naruto couldn't help but feel that's exactly where Luna had gone. He couldn't really say, but he knew that she was there. Then it felt like something hit him. That's when he began thinking that Luna could be in danger. He ran off in the direction of the dark forest, not caring what lied within its trees. He was going to save his friend no matter what. Luna looked at the sky with her eyes dripping tears. She wanted to stay here and just never show her face again. All she wanted was Naruto, but that would never happen now. He was going to think of her as some royal pony that wanted to be spoiled, and he wasn't going to have that. At least not after yesterday. Suddenly the bushes around her began to rustle and a pack of timberwolves appeared. She wanted to use her powers, but she remembered that the dark forest stops all magic from happening. A barrier appeared overhead, making it impossible for her to fly out of the dark forest. She wondered where the barrier had come from, but she had to run from the wolves before they got to her. She started running away on her hooves as all her thoughts were on whether she was going to survive this or not. She ran, but the more she ran, the more timberwolves showed up. Then what looked like an armored gorilla appeared from the trees. Well, if it isn't Princess Luna! Luna stopped moving and looked at the large ape that was bigger than her own sister. Our master has been looking for you. He wishes for you to return to the darkness, and he isn't one to say no to. Luna looked at the ape with horror-filled eyes and felt like this was the end of her. Naruto, please save me! Was all that her throat would let by as the ape grabbed her and took her away with the wolves right behind. Let Luna go! Luna heard a familiar voice and looked up to see Naruto in a tree standing over all the timberwolves. The armored ape laughed at him, feeling like he was a pushover. Wolves, it's your lucky day. Looks like breakfast found you, he said, laughing as he knocked Luna unconscious. Naruto watched as his friend fell to the floor. His anger took hold of him, and he felt a massive surge of energy. Anger filled him as his demonic seal appeared and his orange fur became blonde like his hair. You're going to pay for that, you monkey! He snarled as his eyes became more demonic and turned completely red with a cat's eye pupil. Naruto didn't know what he was about to do, but all he knew was that he was going to make this stupid primate pay for hurting Luna. The wolves attacked, landing on him. The ape laughed as he thought that Naruto was finished. However, he had no idea how powerful Naruto was at the moment. Naruto just pushed up with his body and sent all of the wolves flying into trees and the sky. The ape couldn't believe that a mere pony could defeat a pack of timberwolves by just pushing his body up. Naruto zipped across the forest, grabbing a hold of Luna and pulled her away from the ape. The ape was shocked by the speed Naruto now possessed, and was now uneasy. Wait here, Luna, I'll be done in a few seconds, he said, looking like he was about to pounce on top of the ape. His demonic powers have never been seen in Equestria, and his power was greater than the elements of harmony, but they weren't quite there yet. However, he had more than enough power to defeat this ape. Now you pay the price for hurting my friend monkey. I am not a monkey, he said, slamming his fists into the ground. I am Captain Karnak of his Royal Darkness's army. I will make you pay for insulting the name of Captain Karnak. However, Naruto didn't really care about who this idiot was. All he wanted was to drive his head into the ground. Naruto vanished and Karnak started looking around for Naruto, but he really should have just looked above him. Naruto came crashing down from the sky, driving the ape's head into the ground with his front hooves. He didn't stop though. He continued pounding on the ape's head until he was sure that he wasn't getting up, and to be absolutely sure, he back-kicked him into the sky. He then jumped after him and put all his power into one final downward kick that sent him plummeting into the ground. Karnak fell 7 feet into the ground, where he passed out. Naruto knew he wasn't getting up and went over to the still unconscious Luna. He put her on his back and began walking out of the forest as his powers faded away along with the seal and his hair turned back to orange. He felt the sudden change in power, but that truly didn't matter to him. He didn't need the power to defeat that monkey, but he didn't resent it. The power was a great help to him, and it only locked in his victory. When he walked out of the forest, Rainbow Dash, Twilight, and Applejack were waiting for him. What happened? Was what they all asked at the same time. This ape had her in his arms and I stopped him. He said something about serving some Royal Darkness guy, but I doubt that person even exists. Naruto wanted to get back home and take care of Luna before she woke up. I'll ask Princess Celestia who this Royal Darkness could be, but what do you plan on doing with Luna? Twilight asked, feeling like she should stay with Luna. I plan on taking care of her until she wakes up. She's my friend and I want to tell her that she'll always be the same in my eyes, nothing more. The girls looked at each other, and had this look of worry because they knew that Luna liked him and he was completely dense if he didn't see it. Naruto left the girls and headed for his home with Luna still on his back. When he got to the house he had to push the door open with his head because he didn't want to drop Luna not until he got her to her bed. He walked up the stairs backwards so that he could keep her on his back. He got to the room and softly placed her on her bed of leaves. He rushed down to the kitchen and got a cloth and soaked it with water. He rushed back up to the room and placed the cloth on her forehead hoping that it would help her body relax a little. Naruto heard a knock at the door, and he didn't really have time for visitors. However, he couldn't not answer it. Luna, I'll be right back, just wait. He whispered into her ear. However, if anyone was there and saw how he did it, they would have sworn he gave her a kiss on the cheek. Naruto headed down the stairs and opened the door to find a white pony with large wings, a crown, a sun on her legs, pink eyes, and her hair was a mix of pink and sky blue streaks. Is my sister here? The pony or stallion, whichever you decide to call her, really asked. Naruto quickly realized that this was Princess Celestia. Yes, she's upstairs, follow me. Naruto treated Celestia the way he would always treat a pony, the same as anyone else. She was knocked out by an ape. Twilight told me what you told her, but I don't know who this royal darkness could be. Her voice was majestic and pure, similar to Luna's. No wonder they were sisters. I'm very happy to hear that you were able to save her. She can be like this sometimes, but like the other girls told you, you are the first to treat her like a normal pony. Some may think that it should be the other way, but her history has a dark past, and she doesn't want you to know about that. She fears that you'll think of her differently. At that moment, Luna awoke on her bed and was about to walk out when she heard Naruto. That's stupid, why would she fear me? I would never think of her any differently than I have. Just because you're a princess doesn't mean I'm going to treat you any differently than I would Twilight or Rainbow Dash. We're all the same. Sure, your status might be different, but when you look at each other from a certain view like me, we're all alike. If Luna doesn't want me to treat her like a princess, then I won't. I had no intentions of doing that anyway. Luna's heart began throbbing against her chest. She just heard that Naruto would never hate her or see her differently. She was the same pony in his eyes. She couldn't believe that she had run off the way she did. She felt horrible that he risked his life for her. May I ask you something, Naruto? Celestia was intrigued as her heart was now beginning to pound from such a profound pony. Why did you go after my sister so quickly even though Twilight told you the dangers? Because Luna was in danger, he shouted, shutting his eyes. I can't explain how I knew, I just did, and I wasn't going to let that danger hurt her, but I was too late. I blame myself for her getting hurt, and I'll never forgive myself. I would have done the same for the others, even you. Since you're Luna's sister, that makes us friends. Celestia smiled lightly at him, but she couldn't understand why her heart was beating so hard. I know we've just met, but if you were in trouble right now, I would go through the dark forest without a second thought to get you. Luna thought I was going to hate her because I found out that she was a princess. I would and will never hate her. Naruto's words spoke with such truth that Celestia couldn't help but feel jealous of Luna that she had a stallion like this. Thank you for taking care of my sister. Celestia bent her neck and placed her lips on Naruto's cheek. He blushed immediately, never having a girl do this, and for this beautiful pony to do that was shocking. Luna couldn't help but feel hurt by her sister because she knew how she felt. That was a thank you, that is what most would call priceless, as is my sister. Luna quickly gave a breath of relief and returned to her bed, placing the cloth back on her head. Although Naruto had and still hasn't felt love, he couldn't help but feel slightly embarrassed by the fact that he had been given a small kiss. Celestia didn't understand what it was about him, but she felt drawn to him like she had to be with him. She knew how Luna felt, but she now began to believe that she might actually like this pony. They walked in and went to go check on Luna, whose eyes opened slowly. Although it wasn't the first time they had opened, they were the first that Naruto had seen. Naruto! She called out, hugging him because she couldn't help herself anymore. Naruto blushed heavily when she wrapped her front hooves around the back of his neck. He stared outside as she began to get on all four hooves. Thank you, Naruto. I hoped you would come to save me. she said as a small tear escaped her eye. Hey, it's alright, I would do it 1,000 times if I had to. Listen, I'm sorry that I now know you're a princess, but just so you know, I will never think of you as some spoiled girl or some other thing. Naruto's words had this sort of gentle feel as they flowed into Luna and Celestia's ears. I will always be your friend no matter what, okay? Thanks, Naruto, that makes me feel a lot better. I don't ever want you to think of me as any pony greater than you. I want you to think of me as you would any pony. Luna was just happy that she was going to be able to stay with Naruto a little longer. Celestia couldn't believe how serious Naruto was as her face blushed red with embarrassment. Never has any male pony made her feel this way. Naruto, please continue to watch out for my sister if you would please, Celestia said as she walked out of the small house. She flew off but couldn't help but look back as the house got farther away, and so did Naruto. The further she got, the more her chest hurt. Could that pony have stolen my heart? She asked openly, as though she expected someone to answer her. She shook it off and flew back to her castle where much work needed doing. Naruto, Luna said as her sister left. Why is your cheek red? She asked, although she already knew why. Oh, your sister gave me a small kiss for looking after and saving you today, he said, scratching his head laughing. I hope that doesn't make you hate me. I could never hate you, Naruto. Why would you even say something like that? Luna felt a little insulted because how could he even say that? Luna, he's a boy, we're not that good at talking to girls. Naruto felt a little scared because of the look that Luna was giving him. She had this look of irritation as she whipped back her tail and walked out. What did I say? That night Luna tried making dinner, and she succeeded where she thought she would fail. Although Naruto had questioned whether or not she hated him, she finally knew how she felt about him. She liked him, truly liked him, and she couldn't be happier. She began praying as she continued cooking while Naruto was cleaning the upstairs rooms of junk. She then remembered that ape that had grabbed her, and how he said his master wanted her to go back to evil. The only magic strong enough to do that would be the elements of harmony, but they would never get their hands on them, not if her sister had anything to say about it. She also had Naruto to protect her, and that eased her worry. She felt her heart beat when she thought of him and couldn't help but smile at her feelings. She had finally decided to embrace them, but she was far from showing them. Naruto had finished cleaning up the room where he and Luna were sleeping next to each other when Luna called for dinner. Naruto raced down and sat at the table next to Luna, who pretty much insisted upon it. He ate with a smile as anything she made was just good. She was an excellent cook even if other ponies said she wasn't. Naruto felt lucky that Luna was okay and that he had so many friends, but did he really deserve them, or was he some monster? He remembered how he felt when he was kicking Karnax, but that he wanted to shed that ape's blood, but he didn't want Luna to fear him, so he went easy on him. However, he couldn't deny how he felt. He felt angry. He felt like he wanted to kill everything in sight if it meant keeping Luna safe. He was slightly afraid of these powers that just appeared for him, but he thanked them because they helped him save Luna. Luna fell asleep rather fast and Naruto couldn't. He just couldn't get his mind off the royal darkness guy. He got up and headed outside and saw Pinkie Pie up on a hill. He was wondering why she was up there and decided to go check. Hey Pinkie Pie! He called over to her, making her look in his direction. What are you doing out here? Watching the stars. What are you doing out here? She was a little more calm than usual, and that scared Naruto a little. I just came out to think. I can see why you came out here to look at the stars, they are beautiful. He wished that he was with Luna looking up at this sky, but he was just fine with Pinkie Pie because they were friends as well. Hey, why are you so hyper all the time? I like being me, she said, smiling at him. I know that I'm a little crazy at times, but I won't steer away from who I am. I'm going to stay true to myself. I don't care if the world knows the real me and doesn't like it. I have great friends like you and the other girls. I'm happy all the time because it's much better to be happy than it is to be sad. I can respect that, Naruto said, smiling at her. So I'm guessing that you're going to head home now? Pinkie Pie was a little surprised by this. Naruto just wanted someone with him until he went back inside, but that's not what Pinkie thought. Are you asking me to stay with you? Oh Naruto, you already have Luna, don't cheat, she said playfully. Naruto was confused. What did she mean by he had Luna? Luna isn't mine. I don't own anyone, Pinkie Pie, and well, yeah, I'd like to look at this sky a little longer, it helps calm me down. He said a little sheepishly. He never really wanted to ask her, but he just did. Okay, but no tricks. Naruto picked up his left front hoof in defense because Pinkie Pie had this look of suspicion about her. He didn't know what she meant, but he smiled. After 5 minutes of sitting there and looking at the sky together, Pinkie Pie started to feel a little tingle in her heart. She looked over to Naruto, and the tingle got stronger. She looked away and the tingle softened. She looked to and from several times and her heart tingled in response. She smiled because she realized how cool Naruto looked right now. She was happy to be next to a guy that was so cool. Pinkie Pie immediately knew she liked Naruto. I'm up to 4 ponies, aren't I? This is beginning to sound like a harem with horses. Pinkie was elated that she had something that she could really focus on, and now she had someone to put all of her time into. Naruto is in for it. Pinkie rested her head on Naruto's shoulder, which made him freeze up a little because girls have never done this to him, at least as far as he knows, so why did these girls do this? Naruto was confused, but he felt at ease as though Pinkie was supposed to be on his shoulder. He didn't want to, but he soon found his head nestled against hers. Pinkie's face blushed up along with Naruto's, but they didn't look at each other. Pinkie Pie now knew what she would be doing tomorrow. She was going to go out of her way to be with Naruto. However, she would have to plan it. Naruto left a while after looking at the stars a little longer with Pinkie Pie, and he felt sort of guilty because Luna may get angry with him, but he didn't know why he thought that. When he returned to the house, he went to bed where he found Luna sleeping. Pinkie Pie went over to Twilight's to ask her what the best course of action would be to get Naruto to look at her. "Twilight!" she screamed, barging in. "Pinkie Pie, what's wrong?" Twilight asked as she rubbed her eyes. Pinkie darted to what some would call too close. "I like Naruto, I need some advice in how to get him to look at me. Mind helping me out a little?" she said, pulling on Twilight's face. "I don't think I'm the one you should be asking, after all I've never had a boyfriend. I think Rarity would know more than me, don't you think?" Twilight said, yawning. She really just wanted to go back to bed. Pinkie Pie ran out of Twilight's house and headed for Rarity's house, where she was doing a little cleaning. "Rarity, I need some help," Pinkie said, surprising Rarity a little. "What's wrong?" she asked as she put her cleaning materials away. "I like, and I mean really like, Naruto, and need some tips on how to get him to look at me and no other pony." Pinkie Pie was basically not hiding anything from her. "Oh dear," Rarity said somewhat joyfully as she used her powers to pull some clothes and styling equipment. "Well, you'll need a new look if you want him to look at you, so let's see here." Rarity began going through different styles and clothing. However, when she finished, she had only flattened her hair down. "How's this supposed to get him to look at me?" Pinkie asked, a little confused with the look. "Simple, he will notice that your hair has changed, and you can start up a conversation that way. From there, he'll be in the palm of your hands." Rarity sounded like some love doctor, but she had confused Pinkie Pie. "Basically, he won't be able to take his eyes off of you." "Yeah. Thank you, Rarity, you're the best." Pinkie Pie headed outside, where she couldn't wait for tomorrow, and she made sure that nothing happened to her hair. Remedy, a black unicorn with brunette hair and yellow eyes, awoke inside the castle that was built in the dark forest to keep any outsiders out. She woke with her father's guards staying close to her. She never liked being watched all the time, but she really had no choice because her father would send patrol upon patrol out for her. Her hooves clacked against the tile as she walked to her crystal ball room. It was the only place she had privacy. She looked at her crystal ball, and it showed her an image of an orange pony, Naruto. She looked at him with interested eyes as she thought of him as her chosen one, the one she would end up marrying. She had to get to him, but the only way to get to him would be by going through her father's guards, but that would make her a traitor. She didn't even know if this pony would like her or not. Suddenly the doors to the room bursted open and her father walked in with 2 of his ape soldiers. "What are you doing, Remedy?" he asked as her brother Shadow walked in with a sly grin. He was older by 2 years and in line for the throne, but their father had chosen her over him, feeling that she would be a better leader. "I was looking at my crystal ball and saw someone," she said, using her powers to float the ball over to her father, who looked at it with great intent. I think this is my chosen one, the one I am meant to marry, but I don't know yet. This is quite the acquisition you're giving this young boy, are you sure? He wasn't sure about Naruto, although he didn't know his name. He didn't want his daughter's heart to be broken by some arrogant pony. I will think about letting you go to him, but give me some time alone, my daughter. Of course, father. Remedy was elated with this as she ran out of the room. Shadow looked to the two guards at his father's side and nodded. They nodded back, each clenching their fists. Shadow, do you believe this chosen one thing she says? His father asked him, but he had to get this done, and he was going to do it now. Father, I'd like to show you something. Shadow stomped his foot on the ground and a large shadow sprang from the ground, wrapping his father up. It's about time I take what's rightfully mine. Remedy realized that she had forgotten her crystal ball and headed back to get it. However, she didn't enter the room because she saw her father being choked to death by her brother. Shadow, what is the meaning of this? Her father said, choking. You realize that once I die, that Remedy will rule, not you. Not if I kill her too. I won't allow you or her to stand in my way. The army is behind me and I could care less about the people. I will become the ruler of Equestria, but first things first, getting rid of you, old man. Shadow spoke with malicious intent. Remedy's father looked at the door and saw his daughter looking at him, terrified. Run, Remedy, run! He shouted, using the last of his energy to send her away. It was a unique ability only to him and his family. They could teleport themselves or others, but they need a lot of energy to do it. Everyone in their family knew how to do it. However, Remedy never got around to learning it. She found herself in the main chambers where her father would normally deal with the people. However, she felt it in her heart that he was gone. She suddenly heard banging from up above. The soldiers were coming for her. She ran for the main gates that were opened wide and bolted out of the castle and city, heading right for Ponyville, where Naruto, the one she believed to be her chosen one, would be waiting. You two go after her, make sure she's dead, and don't come back unless you've done the job, understand? Shadow spoke to two of his soldiers and they nodded in response. Everyone in the army knew the power Shadow possessed. They didn't want to be on the receiving end of it, so the two apes went off after Remedy. Naruto woke up to find himself completely energized, but he felt as though someone had been spying on him all night, and he couldn't help but look outside. There was no one there, so he had nothing to worry about. Luna soon rose from her bed of leaves and headed down to make breakfast, cinnamon rolls. Naruto could smell the cinnamon as they were being cooked and the sweet humming coming from Luna. Her humming was just that. It wasn't any particular song, just her humming. Naruto liked it a lot and really wished he could have heard more, but the rolls were done much faster than he had anticipated, and Luna's humming stopped. Although the humming had stopped, he still had Luna's amazing food to get to. He didn't waste any time as he dove straight into the rolls face first. By the time he was done, his nose and mouth was covered with cinnamon and icing. Luna laughed at Naruto when he came up for air. Naruto had this look of somewhat disbelief. He couldn't believe that Luna was laughing at him for the way he ate. Well, I was hungry and I couldn't wait any longer, he said, wiping his mouth and nose with a napkin. I hope you remember this because I'm going to get you back for it, Luna, just you wait. Luna smiled as she started to clean the kitchen. Being an alicorn as she was sort of made things a little easier for her, especially when it involved getting some work done around the house. Naruto had finally found a job at a bakery where he helped prepare the cakes and desserts that they served. He had started yesterday and was determined to do his best despite the fact that he has never baked before. Naruto wanted to live a normal life in Ponyville without any drama, but he felt like not having drama made life boring. He wanted to be out doing more, but right now he had a duty to his friends. He still was indebted to Twilight for saving him, and he was still thinking of how he could do that. Naruto headed out the door and jogged to the bakery where Miss Flash made the most spectacular pastries. He didn't know why he wanted to work there, but he had a feeling it had something to do with Luna being able to cook so wonderfully. Walking in, he was hit with the scent of pastry and lovely sugars. Naruto, good to see that you're early on your first true day. Miss Flash was like a nice old grandma, just younger, much younger. She took great pride in her work and wasn't afraid of anyone's criticism. Naruto got ready, putting the apron on that he still had trouble with. It was like wrestling with an anaconda for him. The apron just did not want to go on him. Miss Flash chuckled at the display that Naruto was giving and he laughed with her as he finally got it settled. He just hoped none of the girls saw him in this, it would be humiliating. Twilight felt an utter need for something sweet, and what better place to get sweets than Miss Flash's pastry shop. She trotted down the road with Spike right behind her, and quickly arrived at the entrance to the shop. Naruto looked out the window and saw Twilight heading right for the door. He was terrified and hid under the counter hoping that he was seeing things. The small bell on the door chimed and he heard Twilight's humming. He felt like this was the end, this was his final day. "Hello, is anyone here?" Twilight said at the counter awaiting service. "Naruto, can you get that customer? I'm a little busy at the moment," Miss Flash said, exposing Naruto to Twilight. Naruto's head came slowly up from the counter as he shook with embarrassment. Twilight saw him and couldn't help but smile. She never would have expected someone like him to work at a bakery. "Naruto, so this is where you work now? The apron suits you." Twilight gave a small giggle that only made Naruto angrier. "Thanks, Twilight," he said, barely managing a smile. "Now what do you want today?" "Miss Flash has made some new cakes that I tasted and they're terrific." Twilight decided that she would go with the new cake, and Naruto was right about it being terrific. The moistness of the cake with the blend of sugars and small spices gave the cake a special flavor. It made Twilight's eyes shine with passion. She didn't want to stop eating the cake, but before she knew it all the cake was gone. Twilight left only to be followed by Pinkie Pie. Naruto was a little worried, but for some reason he saw that Pinkie's hair had been flattened. "Morning, Naruto." Pinkie Pie was trying to sound different than she normally sounded, but this only made Naruto slightly suspicious of her. "Notice anything different about me?" She walked up to the counter and almost scared Naruto into running out the back door. "If I had to guess, I'd say everything," he said, feeling like that was the only answer he could think of. "But your hair does look nice." Pinkie's face lit up. Rarity's plan had worked, at least that's what Pinkie was thinking. "Really, I wanted to try something new and I was hoping that you would like it." Naruto was a little confused on why Pinkie Pie cared if he liked the look. "I just wanted to ask, are you doing anything after work?" "No, why?" Naruto asked, feeling even more confused. "Would you mind spending the day with me if it isn't going to bother you?" Pinkie Pie was taking a Hail Mary, trying to ask Naruto out on a date. "It's no problem at all, besides I need to go look at a few things and it would be nice to have some company." Naruto had no idea that he had just made, possibly, the wildest pony in Ponyville happier than ever. "I'll see you when you're done then, Naruto, don't forget," Pinkie Pie said, skipping out of the bakery. Naruto had a sweat drop on his head that accompanied his stuttering laugh. "It seems you have an admirer," Miss Flash said from the back kitchen. Naruto was slightly confused by what Miss Flash said. "I mean, you have a girl who likes you." Naruto blushed when he thought of a girl actually liking him. "Are you sure this is Pinkie Pie we're talking about?" Naruto said, finding it hard to believe that Pinkie could like him. "Honey, I am normally never wrong about these things, but what you need to know is that breaking a girl's heart is not a good thing." Naruto felt pressure being placed on him, and he didn't appreciate it. "Just be yourself and you will be fine, alright." "Okay, Miss Flash, thanks for the advice," Naruto said, getting back to his job, but his mind was now on Pinkie Pie and the realization that he was going to spend the rest of the afternoon with her. When Naruto finished his work, he headed out where Pinkie Pie waited for him in an amazing dress. Naruto couldn't believe that Pinkie was going to wear that for shopping. It's not like this was a date or anything. However, what Naruto didn't know was that it was a date, and he agreed to it without really thinking it through. "Pinkie Pie, wow, what's with the dress?" Naruto asked, finding his head beginning to sweat. "I thought I should look nice for you, you know." Pinkie walked up to Naruto, putting her side against his, making him gulp. "Let's get going." Pinkie grabbed a hold of Naruto and dragged him along to stores where he could look for stuff for Luna. Luna looked at the sky and felt like something was wrong and that Naruto was taking a little too long to get back. She decided to go out and look for him to make sure that he wasn't hurt. She arrived at the main shopping district in Ponyville rather fast, and when she arrived her heart dropped. She saw Naruto with a wonderfully dressed Pinkie Pie, and it looked like they were on a date. She darted behind a house and looked out, watching them as they shopped together. Luna was furious that Naruto was dating another girl. Was she not enough for him, or did he want something more than her? Luna needed to find out what was going on, so she decided that she would spy on them until it looked like Naruto was heading home. She followed them throughout the town, but she couldn't hear anything that they were saying to each other. She would have to get closer to do that. She got as close as she could and began to hear their conversation. Pinkie Pie, can you please not stand so close? I don't want anyone getting the wrong idea. Luna felt confused on why he wouldn't want ponies to think of the two of them as a couple when they looked exactly like a couple. Why not? We look like a great pair, don't we? Luna wanted to rip Pinkie Pie in half for saying that. Well, yes. Luna heard Naruto's words and felt her whole heart shatter into a million pieces. But I don't want to be anyone's cold friend. I just want to get some money so that I can take care of Luna. Luna looked up and couldn't believe what Naruto had just said. Naruto had found work yesterday, and Luna had thought it was so he could take care of himself, not her. She didn't expect him to be working for her. She doesn't want me to treat her like a princess, but I'm not doing that. I'm showing that I have a heart. I want her to feel comfortable for as long as she's staying at my place. Wait, Luna lives in your house? Pinkie Pie had a very angry face at that point. It's not like that, Pinkie, Naruto said, looking back at the bedding items. We are just friends that live together. I don't think she even likes me that way. I feel as though I'm just a friend to her. Luna felt hurt that Naruto said such a thing, but when she thought about how she acted around him, she understood why. She's an amazing alicorn, and I'm lucky that she's staying with me. I'm okay with letting a girl sleep in my house as long as it's not on me. Pinkie Pie and Naruto both erupted into laughter after he said that. Naruto, could we do this again, please? Pinkie wanted nothing more than to be with him, but she knew that he had to go soon, and she wanted to leave before he left. Sure, if Luna doesn't have anything planned. Naruto smiled at Pinkie as she walked away, heading for Rarity's home. Naruto had a feeling that Rarity was involved with Pinkie's look today. Pinkie Pie didn't really seem like that kind of girl. Naruto found the exact bedding that he wanted to get for Luna, but it was expensive, and would cost him all of today's pay. Luna needs a bed. He placed the money on the counter, and grabbed each of the bedding and placed them on a cart, and started to haul it down to the house. Luna took flight so that he wouldn't see her. Naruto reached the house just as Luna entered through a second-floor window. Luna got into the bathroom hoping that she had made it before he opened the door. Luckily she did. Luna, I have something for you. Naruto called up to her as he began taking each part of the bed up the stairs to the room by himself. I'm in the bathroom, Naruto. Luna said, a little embarrassed that she had actually spied on him. Alright, I'll just set it up for you and you can look at it when you get out. Naruto took 3 trips, which took about 10 minutes. Luna didn't move from the door as she heard him pull each piece by himself up those stairs and into the room. It's done, are you? Yes, I'm coming out. Luna opened the door and saw that her bedding was her favorite color, blue. Naruto, how did you get the money for this? There's no way you got it off of 2 days of work. Miss Flash gave me an advance on my pay when I told her why I was working for her. I told her that I wanted to take care of you, and she gave this to me saying it was my pay for the day. Naruto said those words as though he liked Luna, but he really only thought of her as a friend. Suddenly they heard a scream coming from outside that had Naruto running outside. Luna was right behind them, and they saw a unicorn running for her life out of the dark forest. The pony was black with brown hair, but that's not what Naruto saw. He saw the 2 apes behind the pony. Luna, you get the pony, I'll take the monkeys, go! Naruto raced after the ponies, ready to teach Mora a lesson in picking on ponies. Luna got to the pony quickly, but she stopped the girl from running, and that had the apes catching up. Naruto got in front of them as he smiled, feeling excited that he was going to give 2 more apes a spanking. Get to the house now! Naruto said to Luna and the girl as the apes charged him. Naruto jumped over them and planted his 2 back hooves into their heads. Naruto somersaulted in the air and landed on his hooves. I'm sick of you guys picking on ponies, especially girls. Luna got to the house with the girl and told her to wait for them as she headed back out to help Naruto. Naruto slid under one of the apes and jumped as the other tried to slam his hoof into him. Luna fired off a blast from her horn and it hit the ape that Naruto slid under, knocking him down. The ape saw Luna and charged her. She flew up, but the ape jumped after her and got her legs, bringing her to the ground hard. Her scream got to Naruto, and he took his eyes off of the ape he was fighting and saw that Luna had been slammed into the ground. The ape slammed his fist against Naruto's back and bashed him into the ground. However, Naruto's anger had already gone overboard and the slam didn't really help. Naruto's demon seal appeared and he burst through the ground in front of Luna, punching the ape that had slammed her into his body. He roared out, charging the two of them. He had lost all sense of remorse as he felt that Luna was possibly dead. The apes looked at him with horror in their eyes, and they were right to do that. Naruto slammed his hooves into the ground and it caused a massive wave of earth to go at the apes. Naruto didn't stop though even after the wave had hit them. He jumped in the air and focused the power that he felt and focused it into his two front hooves and headed right for the apes. Luna opened her eyes and saw Naruto as he crashed into the apes. He came out with red eyes and a blonde coat. Luna felt afraid for a moment, but was suddenly filled with relief that he was okay. Naruto's colors turned back to normal and Luna went to him and gave him a hug. Naruto gasped when his friend wrapped her arms around him. He put his head against hers as she started crying onto his coat. He didn't realize that Applejack was watching from the house. The apes got up and headed back for the dark forest as they didn't want to die. Naruto felt a huge loss of energy and collapsed to the ground. "Naruto!" Luna shouted, which had the new girl pony and Applejack running to help her get Naruto inside. They got him to the room where they placed him on the bed. They all stayed there waiting for him to get up. After 30 minutes of no movement, Applejack decided that she would start making some food for when he woke up. Although she didn't want to leave his side, she didn't want Naruto eating anyone's food but hers. That left the new girl pony, Remedy, alone with Naruto, a pony she believed to be her chosen one. Naruto stirred and she got closer to him as his eyes opened. "Hello, I'm Remedy, are you okay?" "I'm Naruto, and yeah, I'm okay." Remedy was so happy that she couldn't help herself, and she kissed Naruto on the lips. Naruto's eyes widened fully as Remedy pushed even harder on his lips. Luna and Applejack came back up and both of their mouths opened when they saw Naruto and Remedy kissing. Luna couldn't move as her heart fell. Naruto couldn't believe he got a kiss from a girl he didn't even know. When Remedy finally pulled off, he was in complete shock. "What the heck are you doing, Mare?" Luna shouted, pulling Remedy away from Naruto, who still was in shock. "We don't even know you and you kiss Naruto, what is your deal?" "Naruto is my chosen one," Remedy said, looking at him with a smile. "He will marry me one day." Luna and Applejack couldn't believe what they had just heard. "How do you know he isn't a chosen one to one of us?" Applejack asked, helping Luna to get Remedy away from Naruto. "Naruto will decide when he's ready if he wants to marry anyone. My crystal ball showed him in it, and my crystal ball shows me things that I will soon come to own. So I know that he will become my husband, and he's now all I have." Remedy threw herself in Naruto's lap, bringing him back from shock. Luna was beginning to lose it as her horn brought her power forth and threw Remedy off of him. "Your crystal ball isn't here, is it?" Luna asked, feeling very angry that she wasn't the first to kiss Naruto. "It showed you what you wanted because that's what it's meant to do. If it wasn't a love crystal ball, then it could mean anything." Remedy understood what Luna was saying because she had a future crystal ball, so the picture of him could have meant anything. She still believed though that Naruto was her chosen one. "Listen, Remedy, I'm not anyone's chosen one right now, and I don't plan on being anyone's right now. I'm sorry, Remedy, but I don't even know you yet, and we just met, but let's get to know each other before you try that again," Naruto said, only to have Luna and Applejack give him the death stare. He looked at them with a weak smile as he felt like he should have said something else. "All right, I will remain here until you ask to marry me." Everyone in the room looked at Remedy with wide eyes and open mouths. "I am a princess, just so you know, and I expect to be treated as such. Yeah, this house is meant for 2 people right now, and Luna has taken up residence here, so I'm sorry. Even if I let you stay here, I would never treat you like a princess. I don't treat any pony like that. Every pony is the same to me, and I will treat everyone the same." Naruto sounded a little angry at Remedy for the way she was trying to force herself onto him. Luna was surprised that Naruto wanted her to be the one to live with him, and not the girl who had just kissed him. She felt a little better about not being the one to kiss him first. "Then she will have to leave." I will not allow some night pony to steal my stallion, Remedy said with a lot of sass. Luna was now pissed off. Yeah, well, I don't want my friend to be with a dark pony. Look who's talking, Nightmare. Luna stepped back because she knew what would happen if Naruto picked up on what was about to be said. Did you know she used to be evil, Naruto? She used to be someone named Nightmare Moon. She tried to plunge the world into everlasting night and darkness. If it wasn't for those 6 ponies with the elements of harmony, she would still be evil. Are you saying that I shouldn't trust her? Naruto was getting angry now. Listen, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. Every pony looked at him with confused looks. I don't care if she used to be evil. She is no longer evil, and I will die before I let any pony insult her, so don't be doing that, Remedy. I don't want to have to hurt a friend to protect Luna, but I will if I have to. Do you like her, Naruto? Remedy asked, a little terrified that she never had a chance in the first place. No, like I said, we're just friends. Naruto actually lied, and somehow Luna felt that he was, but at the same time she felt hurt. However, with how you are going, you aren't even close to me liking you. I do know where you can go, though. Remedy looked at him with soft eyes. I have a friend named Twilight, and she has a big house that would be perfect for you to live in. Just tell her that I sent you. Give this to her, and she'll definitely let you stay. Luna handed a small piece of paper that had been folded to Remedy, and she left, blowing a kiss Naruto's way. Naruto, did you enjoy that kiss by any chance? Applejack finally spoke up after all the drama between Remedy and Luna. Naruto shook his head as he wiped his mouth. I didn't want to have my first kiss until I knew I really liked some pony, he said, looking at Applejack and then at Luna. Why were you two so defensive, though? Oh, that, well, you see. Luna didn't know how to respond to that, but luckily Applejack was there. We didn't want her to order you around like that. It's your life, and you should decide what you do, not some random pony. I have to get back to the farm, so I'll see you later, okay? Applejack gave a small smile. Even though she wanted to stay, she had to get back to the farm and get it going. Naruto didn't even get a chance to ask why she even came over in the first place. Luna, were you really evil one time? This shocked Luna because she didn't expect Naruto to ask that. She started to think that Naruto didn't trust her as her head dropped. Naruto realized that he had hurt her, and he had to fix it. It's okay if you were evil once, I don't care. You are who you are now, and that will never change, right? Yeah, as long as you stay with me, that is. Luna said, looking at Naruto. He was confused by this because he didn't know what she meant by that. I don't ever want you to die, okay? Please, it would hurt too much to see that happen. I won't die, Luna, I promise. Naruto rubbed his left cheek against her, and she blushed a heavy red. Naruto didn't notice this as he continued, feeling like he had to do this as though it was what they both wanted. He didn't understand why Luna made him feel like this, only that she did, and he didn't want to lose that feeling. Luna, there's really nothing that could take me away from you, but I don't love you, okay? I know, and yeah, I don't love you either, I just don't want to lose such a great friend. Luna didn't technically lie because that was true to some extent. She didn't want to lose him as being her friend, but she was hoping that it was love or even a feeling of like that would keep him at her side. There is a festival coming up soon, would you mind coming with me? I have to be there, but I'd really appreciate it if you would come with. Sure, Luna, I wouldn't mind going anywhere with you. Naruto really need to learn how to pick his words around girls, especially ones that like him. Why do you have to go, though? I am Princess Celestia's sister, and am required to be at royal festivals. Luna was blushing as she found telling this to Naruto to be a little uncomfortable. That makes sense. I'll be your bodyguard then, Naruto said, holding a hoof up. Really, you'd do that for me? Luna asked him, making circles with her left front hoof. Sure, I won't let any pony get near you, even if it's a giant evil dragon. I said I would always be by your side, didn't I? Naruto said, winking at her. Believe it, Luna, I'm not going to leave your side for anything unless you tell me to. I'll be on you like a fly to a pie. Luna gave a slight giggle at him for saying such a cheesy rhyme. Hey, it was all I could think of, but I promised to never let anyone hurt you. Naruto, why? Why would you say such a thing? That would be like giving me a royal treatment, and I don't want you doing that. Luna wanted to thank him truthfully, but she had to make sure that this wasn't because she was a princess. Well, I care about you, that's why. Luna blushed hard as she couldn't believe what she had just heard. We may have been friends for only a few days, but I really like having you as a friend. You have amazing cooking, you look amazing, your eyes sparkle in the sun, and well, you're just amazing to me. I noticed that when I first met you. Luna looked up into his eyes and he felt some strange force hit him. The moonlight entered the room, illuminating Luna's coat and hair. Her eyes sparkled with the stars and Naruto felt drawn to her. Luna saw Naruto looking at her and felt herself getting closer to him. Naruto was frozen with wonder at how beautiful Luna looked. Maybe this was why she is called the Night Pony, he thought. Luna wanted to kiss him right then and there, but Naruto snapped out of his wonder as she got within inches of his lips. Naruto looked into her eyes and saw disappointment in them. Had he done something wrong? But right now he didn't want to fall in love with any pony, but the more he didn't want to fall in love with her, the more his heart ached for her. He didn't understand why his heart ached like that, but he wanted it to stop. Luna was a good friend and he didn't want such silly feelings getting in the way of their friendship. Hey, it's getting late, let's get some sleep, okay? Naruto headed up the stairs but was stopped by Luna's scream. Luna! He rushed down and saw that she had tripped over a broken plank in the floor. He helped her up, placing his head under her chin. Are you alright? Yeah, I guess I need to watch where I'm going, huh? She said with a smile. Don't scare me like that, okay? I was ready to go insane on some pony, he said, feeling irritated. They headed up the stairs and went into the room where Luna got up into her bed while Naruto got on his bed of leaves. Luna was smiling hard because Naruto had said that he cared about her and was scared that she might have been in serious trouble even though she had just tripped. She hoped that the festival brought them closer together. That night Naruto had a strange dream. He dreamed of Luna and her at his side. He felt happy in the dream as Luna's warmth touched his body. They had each other's hoof as they stared into the sunset together. Luna, I don't think I've ever been happier, Naruto said as he watched the dream from another view. Same here, Naruto, I wish we could stay this way forever. Would you mind if we had another accident now? Luna asked, putting herself closer. Although Naruto was watching everything, he wanted so much to be living the dream for some reason. He watched as he and Luna kissed each other and fell into the grass. At that moment he woke up to find that he was feeling very warm. He looked at Luna's bed and saw that it was empty. He rushed out of the room and saw that she was looking up at the stars. It was almost like his dream and he wanted to recreate it now, but he didn't want these feelings. He forced himself back to the room and back to sleep. The moment he returned to the dream world, he found himself somewhere else. He saw tears coming out of Luna's eyes as she looked at him with hurt. What, am I not good enough for you, Naruto? He didn't understand what was happening. Was everything you told me just an act to get closer to my sister? Luna, I don't know what you're talking about, can you tell me what happened? Naruto didn't understand why she looked so upset with him. What had he done to her? Don't act like you don't know, Naruto. You were with my sister all day. You told her that I was nothing compared to her. What about her is so special? Luna slapped Naruto in the face within the dream, but it felt more. I've never been alone with your sister, Luna. What are you talking about? Who told you that? He felt afraid of her, and he wanted to know what was going on. No one told me, I saw you. Luna was angry now, but Naruto was confused. I saw you take the necklace off, and what do you know, it isn't on you right now. You told her that it was a meaningless trinket that didn't have any purpose but to show pointless affection. I would never say anything like that, Luna, you know that. Naruto tried to voice for himself, but every time he tried it felt like he was digging a deeper hole. If you had given me a necklace, I would be wearing it. No one could get it off of me, no one. I saw you throw it away, Naruto. Luna was getting angrier and angrier the more this conversation dragged on. I wish I had never met you. All you do is look at others, so I'm going to go to someone who has always looked at me. Naruto was hurt by this, but he couldn't let her go. He leapt at her, bringing her to the floor. She was struggling to get out of his grip and hold, but Naruto held strong. He felt like if he let her go, she would leave and never return. Luna, please don't go, please. Why, so you can have access to the castle to see your girlfriend? She said with a hurt voice. I don't need to be at the castle to be with the one I love, Luna, because she's always been with me. Naruto didn't know why he was saying these things, but they felt right. I don't love anyone other than the one I've been with the longest. You, Luna, I'm in love with you and no one can change that. He planted his lips on hers and he was then put in a third-person view as he watched Luna wrap her front hooves around him and deepen the kiss. He awoke the next morning sweating as the smell of wonderful food smacked his nose. Naruto headed down the stairs and saw Luna making breakfast. He felt like the dream was more than that, but he couldn't believe that with his friend smiling the way she was at him. However, his heart still felt hurt from the dream and he wondered why. Why did he feel this way when it was just a dream? 2 months had passed since Remedy had shown up and proclaimed Naruto to be her chosen one. Luna didn't like how Remedy went out of her way to be with Naruto. It was like the only alone time she had with Naruto was at night when they went to bed. She wanted more time with him. She wanted him all to herself for one day. She looked up at the sky and felt like the festival was her only chance at having alone time with him. She was going to do everything she had to do to make him like her. Naruto felt like he would have to dress up for this event, and he headed into town to see Rarity about attire. When he arrived, he saw Applejack, Pinkie Pie, and Remedy asking her about what they could wear to make him notice them. Naruto felt like they were all trying to get him to fall in love. Did they not get the fact that he didn't want to fall in love yet? He waited for the girls to leave with their dresses behind a plant, and then appeared, shocking Rarity. "Oh dear, what were you doing behind there?" Rarity asked with a lot of suspicion. "I didn't want the girls to see me. Sorry about scaring you," Naruto said, scratching the back of his head with his hoof. "I want to look the part of a bodyguard for Luna. Do you think that you can give me a look that will fit that?" "Well, it is a little short notice, but I do have something." She used her powers and produced a black leather jacket and dark sunglasses. Naruto looked at them with wide eyes. Rarity helped him get them on, and she took a step back to admire him. "You look just dashing in those, Naruto. You really pulled that look off. Here's a bow tie just in case." She put a small black bow tie around his neck, and he felt ready to do his part for Luna. He was ready to go back to the house and see what Luna was going to wear. He reached his home and walked in to see that Luna had nothing on. "Luna, I thought you said that you had to wear a dress for the beginning of the festival?" Naruto didn't understand why he was upset that she wasn't wearing anything. "I have to go to the castle to get my clothes. I'll see you at the festival." At those words, a chariot with 2 Pegasi in gold armor waiting for her. "I do like your outfit, my bodyguard. I hope you will like my outfit." Naruto felt like he was doing her a wrong by not staying by her side. That and his dream made him want to be with her more and more. "Luna, I won't let you go to the castle alone." Luna looked at Naruto as she had one foot in the chariot. "I wouldn't be doing my job as a bodyguard if I let you go by yourself now, would I?" Naruto jumped over Luna and got on the chariot. Luna looked at him with wide eyes as her heart beat fast. "Come on, don't want to be late now, do we?" He held out a hoof and Luna took it with her cheeks red. "I'm not giving you royal treatment. This is because I don't want you tripping again." "Those were all accidents, Naruto," Luna said, a little agitated by him. Why was he teasing her? "Naruto, you don't have to come. Why don't you just walk there like everyone else?" "I thought you wanted me at your side. Are you saying that you don't? You can be very confusing sometimes. I told you that nothing would keep me from your side today, and I meant that. Believe it." Naruto really hit her heart hard when he said that. To Luna it was like every time he talked he made her fall for him more. "Naruto, thank you." Naruto looked at her with confusion because he expected her to argue with him. Luna was happy, very happy that the man she liked was so aggressive and staying by her side. She wished it wasn't because of a promise but of love. They arrived at the castle where they were greeted by Celestia. "Hello, dear sister, how have you been?" she asked her sister, then noticed that Naruto was with her. She felt a strange tug at her heart for she hadn't been able to think clearly since meeting him. "It's good to see you too, sister. I am well thanks to Naruto here. He is a great friend to me and..." She put herself close to her sister so that Naruto couldn't hear her. "He is very special to me." "Really?" Celestia didn't really need to ask why because she felt something special about him when she first met him. "Naruto, why are you dressed like that?" "Rarity gave it to me. I asked if she had anything that would make me seem more of a bodyguard. What do you think, Celestia?" Naruto turned 360 to show her his look. Celestia smiled, although she wanted to get closer to him. You definitely look the part, Naruto. Come, sister, she said to Luna, heading down the hallway with Naruto and the armored ponies close behind them. We have been selected our outfits for this event. We must look our best after all. Then go the way you are, Naruto said to the two of them, making them stop in their tracks. You two are already amazing. I don't think you need anything to make you look more beautiful. That's my opinion, though. If you want to go ahead, I actually think it wouldn't change how you looked. In fact, if it did, it would only make you two even more amazing. Luna blushed as she walked down the hall with her sister, feeling strange after hearing those words from Naruto. Celestia snuck a peek at Naruto while he smiled off into space after saying what he thought. Celestia had never been told that before, at least not to her knowledge. She wanted to try what Naruto said, but the other ponies were expecting her to be dressed for the event, so she would have to comply with that. The two girls went into a room and Naruto was shut out. He walked back and forth thinking about Luna and how he could protect her if anything happened. He doubted anything would, but he wanted to make sure. Suddenly his mind brought him images of the two battles against the apes and how much power he had. Maybe if he could tap into that power a little more, he could really protect Luna. He didn't want to have to fight, but if any apes did appear, he would deal with them. At the castle within the dark forest, the two apes that had failed to capture and dispose of Remedy faced judgment before Shadow and Captain Karnak. Karnak had a patch over his right eye. After his battle with Naruto, he began to think about why anyone would fight so hard. It was always on his mind. You two idiots have failed me. Shadow paced in front of his throne as his anger was losing itself. I told you what would happen to you if you failed. Please, King Shadow, don't kill us. Let us go again. We won't fail you this time, we swear it. One of the two apes who had failed their mission. Very well, I will give you one more chance, but if you fail, consider your lives gone. Karnak, you will accompany them. Kill my sister and retrieve my mistress by any means necessary. Is that understood? Shadow slammed his foot into the ground, causing dark spikes to sprout from the ground. Take a squad with you. Do not fail me, apes. As you wish, O great Dark One. Karnak put a fist on his armored chest, but he couldn't help but feel like he shouldn't be doing this. He only did this because he thought that the young girl would take power. He wanted Remedy to take rule because he thought of her as his daughter, which she technically was now that the king was dead. He was given the honor of being her godfather. Could he really kill someone he spent so much time with because his insane king said to? Karnak grabbed 10 more apes besides the two who had almost met their deaths at the hand of their king. He couldn't do it though because he couldn't break the promise he made to the king when he was still alive, but could he deny the crown now? The thoughts had him confused, but for now he had a bone to pick with an orange pony. Naruto stood outside the door waiting for Luna and Celestia to come out of the room. He had been waiting for an hour, and he was wondering whether or not they remembered that he was out here. Suddenly the doors opened, and he was shocked at how beautiful Celestia looked in her dress. But his eyes widened and his mouth dropped when he saw Luna come out from behind the door. She was amazing. Naruto couldn't believe that she was even more beautiful than she already was. Luna looked at him with red cheeks and noticed that he looked awestruck. Do we look okay, Naruto? She asked, trying to include her sister so that her feelings weren't so obvious. You both look great, Naruto said, composing himself, although he found it hard to control the beating of his own heart. Naruto felt the two of them brush up against him, and he felt a little bit odd. He walked over to Luna's side, making sure that he did what he promised he would for Luna. They walked out onto a balcony overlooking the festival. Naruto was amazed at how many ponies had come. Celestia began the festival with a speech that Naruto didn't really listen to because he wanted to get to the festival. After Celestia finished her speech, the festival began. Naruto, I want to hit the festival. Care to join me? Luna asked, feeling better having removed the beautiful dress. Of course, Luna, I have to stay by your side to be your bodyguard, Naruto said, nudging Luna, who smiled at him. Let's go, Luna! They hit the festival, staying together as they made their way to some of the booths that had been set up. They didn't know that Applejack, Pinkie Pie, and Remedy were watching them. What does she have that I don't? Remedy asked out loud. That's a good question, Remedy, Pinkie Pie said, holding a pair of binoculars out. Naruto sees everyone the same, so what does he see in Luna that's so great? I wish I knew. The three of them turned to see Princess Celestia with them watching Luna and Naruto. I believe that my heart has fallen to that pony, girls, and I will accompany you with this spying because I too wish to know what he sees in my little sister. Naruto felt alive, being able to finally let loose when someone gave him darts to throw at balloons. He threw them at the balloons with such ease that they all hit their mark. Luna was surprised by that, as she had never seen anyone do that before. Naruto chose a stuffed tiger and handed it to Luna. Why are you giving this to me? Luna asked, using her powers to hold the stuffed tiger up. I thought you would like it, Luna. Did you want another one? I can get it, you know? He said, feeling like he had chosen the wrong animal for her. No, I like it. I just didn't expect you to be getting it for me. I'm just a little surprised. You said that I was just a friend, right? Luna asked, feeling confused about how Naruto felt about her. Naruto felt strange when she said that. Yes, she is just a friend, but when he said that in his head he felt odd, nauseous actually. Yeah, I just want you to have something that I got you, Naruto said, stepping away from her so that he could let his face go red. Thank you, Naruto. She rubbed herself against Naruto, and he froze up as she got to his cheek. He started to feel weak in the knees, and he saw a place that was showing a play. He somehow got out of Luna and her rubbing that made him feel weak inside. They have a play, why don't we check it out, Luna? Naruto headed inside the theater and found seats. Luna stayed outside and found a place to put her stuffed tiger that she named Fluffy. She felt like Naruto was trying to avoid such contact with her, and that could mean he was starting to have feelings for her. When she thought that, she jumped into the air feeling victorious. However, she had just started what she was hoping. Celestia wanted to tear something apart. Applejack was ready to knock Naruto out. Pinkie Pie wanted to run in there and expose her cover. Remedy had a look of pure evil as she wanted to kidnap Luna and tell Naruto that she had ditched him. They all restrained themselves because others were starting to stare in their direction. We need to keep watch over them, but how? Remedy asked the other three because she was out of ideas. Celestia looked around and saw Twilight with Rarity and Rainbow Dash. Twilight, I have a task for you, she said to her student with a clever idea. Celestia does have a dark side, huh? In the theater my sister is with Naruto. I would like you to watch them and see if they do anything suspicious, understand? You got it, Princess Celestia, come on, girls. The three ponies went into the theater with a mission to spy on Naruto and Luna. The play was a sad romantic. Luna started to cry when the girl's heart was broken by the main hero. Naruto saw this, and he put his hoof on her hoof, which made her look at him. He backed away slightly because when he saw those eyes before, she sounded like she hated him. As the play went on, Luna began to feel happier because the boy in the play was starting to realize how he felt for the girl. Her head fell on Naruto's shoulder, and he looked down at her and felt funny, like butterflies were in his stomach. He wanted to ask her to come off, but she then put her hoof around him like she was hugging him, and he couldn't now. He didn't understand why, but he didn't want the play to end. Luna was happy that Naruto wasn't asking her to move because that meant he either enjoyed this or he couldn't ask her to do it. Either way, she didn't care, she was happy. When a monster appeared out of nowhere, she held on to him more, and he felt even more butterflies. Why was he feeling this? He didn't understand why. Luna realized how close and hard she was holding him, and she released her grip, moving back, blushing. She smiled at him, and he looked at the smile of innocence. He smiled back, rubbing against her cheek. She rubbed back as the play had romantic music playing. Naruto wasn't sure why he was doing this, but he liked it, yet he didn't want to do it. When they stopped, the play was reaching its end. They both looked at the stage and saw that the two ponies realized the true feelings they had for each other, and fell in love, kissing each other to seal their lives with each other. Luna couldn't help but think that this was going to be her story. Her man would act like she nothing but a friend, but after a while he would come to fall in love with her. Naruto watched the end, and for some reason he wanted to kiss Luna. He at the same time wanted to leave Luna for the very same reason. Hey Naruto, Luna said, putting her hoof on his, making him look at her. Would you mind coming with me to a certain ride? I told you that I won't leave your side, you don't need to ask me. Naruto walked out with Luna and followed her through the festival with his heart pumping. No matter what he wanted, he felt like if anything more romantic happened between them, he would lose it. Twilight headed out of the theater and headed back to Celestia. What did you see, Twilight? Celestia asked, almost blasting out that she liked Naruto. We didn't see anything suspicious, but they did look like they were very comfortable together, Rainbow Dash said before Twilight. They looked very happy being together, almost as if they were dating each other, Fluttershy said softly. Yeah, they rubbed up against each other like they were in love or something. Luna seemed to be more into it though. Naruto looked to just be going along, Twilight said, finally getting her word in. Thank you, I must attend to something, please excuse me. Celestia flew off in the direction that Naruto and Luna went, but Twilight didn't see that. I have to go do stuff, so excuse me as well, Remedy said, obviously not finding the right words to say. No one seemed to notice that she headed in the direction that Celestia headed in. Pinkie Pie and Applejack just told Twilight that they were going to check out some other festivities here and that they would meet them later. They headed in Naruto and Luna's direction and regrouped with Celestia and Remedy. They saw that Naruto and Luna were outside a place with a sign that said Halls of Love. All four of them wanted to go after them and tear Luna to shreds, figuratively. Naruto felt uneasy knowing that this was going to be some romantic event between the two of them. You don't have to come, Naruto, but I would like it if you did, she said, looking away from Naruto. I'll follow you if you go in, but I don't know why you want to go inside. Did you hear about the boy you like going in here? Naruto asked, remembering that Luna did like a boy that wasn't him. Luna had a big smile and nodded her head, and they entered. However, they didn't make it 3 feet without Luna falling on her face. Naruto immediately helped her up and noticed that the floor was slippery until the turn. They would have to hold on to each other to get across. Luna, give me your hoof. Luna looked at him with a quizzical look, but she handed him her hoof, and he took it, and they proceeded down the hall. However, no one told them that this place was meant to bring ponies together, and they were about to learn that the hard way. Suddenly the walls around them fell and there was a bottomless pit, and for some reason Luna couldn't unfold her wings. It was like this place had a magic spell cast on it that prevented any magic from happening. Luna lost her footing and almost fell into the darkness. Naruto grabbed her and fought to pull her up. It was like something was pulling Luna down, but he wasn't about to let anything have her. He pulled her up and into his arms. She looked up into his eyes and he looked into hers. They held onto each other and stayed closer together so that no one would fall. When they reached the end, Naruto saw that Luna was looking at him with this smile that made him have hundreds of butterflies in his stomach. However, they couldn't turn back and they had only begun this place's game. The next obstacle they faced had a sign that read, "To cross, put your faith in the one you love and they will reach the lever that lowers the bridge for your next task." Naruto looked at Luna and told her that he would go for the lever. He didn't want her in any kind of danger. He got up to the first step and heard something click. Looking back at Luna, he saw that the floor was beginning to crumble away. He had to move fast. Naruto jumped from stair to stair. As the higher he got, the more stone that fell. Luna got to a corner and put herself as far in as she could go. Without the ability to fly, she would fall into the darkness, and Naruto would have to come after her. She didn't want to put him in danger. She looked up at him and saw that he was halfway up. "You can do it, Naruto!" she yelled up to him. Naruto heard her and felt a great power as he went from jumping from step to jumping from every 4 steps. He got to the lever and tackled it, causing the bridge to fall, but that didn't stop the floor from falling. Naruto jumped down and grabbed Luna. She didn't realize what had happened until they landed on the bridge. She couldn't believe that she had been so terrified. Naruto could have called out to her, but instead he came for her. Naruto was at a loss of words. He didn't understand why he did that when he could have just told her to move. Why did he go after her was his thought, but when Luna nudged up to him, he didn't care. They proceeded to the next part of the hall and found a small boat that had room for 2. They each got into their seat as the ride began. Luna expected it to be a tunnel of love, but that's not what it was. Out of the darkness came ghosts and monsters. Although they weren't real, Luna was still frightened by them. She clung to Naruto, making his heart beat even faster. He held her this time, though, making Luna's eyes open wide. He didn't want her to feel scared anymore. She needed to know that she was safe with him. He held her tight, and he didn't realize it until the colors of the tunnel changed from dark to a romantic pink. When he released his grip, Luna picked herself up and looked into his eyes and wanted to be in that scary tunnel again. However, something hit the boat's side, throwing Luna into Naruto, but it wasn't that they landed on each other. No, their lips collided together, and they looked at each other with wide eyes. Naruto and Luna pulled away with their cheeks red. They were embarrassed, but Luna was happy. The ride ended after that, and they exited the Hall of Love. Naruto put a hoof to his lips and couldn't but think of how soft Luna's lips were. They were the softest things he has ever felt. Luna was so happy that she was doing a small dance behind Naruto so he wouldn't see her. Naruto couldn't deny the feeling in his heart anymore. After that experience inside that hall, he knew that he liked Luna. He admitted it, but said to himself that he liked her only a little bit. Naruto didn't want to know that he had been taken so easily, but he felt like if it was by Luna it would be okay. "Luna, that kiss that happened was an accident, you know that, right?" he asked, a little nervous. "Yeah, I know, Naruto," she said, smiling at him. The kiss may have been an accident, but she was so happy because after that Naruto had to like her even just a little bit. He couldn't deny it anymore, but she felt like something was missing, but she didn't know what. Suddenly they heard screaming coming from other ponies. Luna got scared, but Naruto jumped in front of her as 12 apes appeared in front of him. He saw a familiar face come from behind the Hall of Love, Karnak. Naruto was ready to lay his life down for Luna, but suddenly Celestia and Remedy were at his sides. "How did you get here so fast, girls?" he asked, confused. "We were in the neighborhood, so we decided to help you." Remedy had her horn glowing. Celestia's horn and Luna's horn were also glowing, and he knew that they were going to fight. They let loose beams of magic, but the apes dodged each of their attacks, going after Remedy and Luna. Naruto jumped at them, kicking one in the face, and using his front right hoof to uppercut an ape that tried to sweep him with the back of its hand. "Luna, get out of here now!" Naruto yelled as an ape hit him into a wall, knocking him unconscious. "Naruto!" Luna blasted the ape out of the way and got to Naruto's side. "Are you okay? Please be okay." Luna prayed as an ape got above her. "Luna, move away from there!" Celestia screamed as she felt like her sister was about to be killed. "Don't be an idiot, they won't attack if you move, so move!" Remedy screamed as she slammed an ape into a booth. Luna wanted to move, but she couldn't feel her legs. They didn't want to leave Naruto's side, and she didn't want to either. The ape raised his hands into the air and sent them flying at Luna. Luna screamed as the balled fist came at her. However, they didn't hit her, they were stopped by something, or rather someone. Luna opened her eyes and saw Naruto no longer wearing his jacket or glasses, holding the fist back with his back. Luna looked in shock as the apes seemed to be gaining ground. Suddenly an ape grabbed her and threw her into a wall. They knew that she was Shadow's mistress, but he never said to bring her back unharmed. Naruto's head didn't look up because he was trying to control the power that was flowing through him, but when he heard Luna hit the ground, he lost it. His red swirl disappeared and his demon's seal appeared. A large geyser of energy erupted around Naruto as he roared out, sending the apes back. Luna and Remedy both looked at Naruto with wide eyes. Luna got up and saw what was happening to Naruto. He was screaming his lungs out as the power was causing the ground to break and open. Suddenly the energy around him sprouted 2 foxtails that all pointed at the apes. Karnak couldn't believe what he was seeing. Naruto's eyes had become red as he stared down the ape that had hurt Luna and the other girls. He moved so fast that he was barely seen as he appeared behind the ape. He drove his back hooves into the ape's head, blasting the ape through several booths and walls. He landed on his feet and roared to the sky as everyone, even the girls, looked at him with horror. He vanished but reappeared behind a pair of apes that didn't have any idea what happened until they felt their faces slam into the ground. Naruto slammed on each of the heads hard, harder than he had Karnak when he first experienced this power. Remedy and Celestia couldn't move, but the apes tried to take him down, all except Karnak, who knew it was hopeless. Luna watched with wide eyes as Naruto didn't move from in front of her. He kicked, bucked, and punched apes away, and they didn't stop unless Naruto had knocked them out cold. The main 6 ponies arrived and saw the power of Naruto, and all gasped as they saw how merciless he was. He didn't give any mercy to any of them. anyone who tried to hurt him, or any of the girls he beat. He couldn't control his actions, and everything he saw he believed to be something that would hurt Luna or his friends. Even after he had finished off the apes, he continued to attack even if it was just a wall. Castle guards tried to stop him, but they didn't stand a chance and were blown back by the shockwave from his roar. Everyone was so terrified. What had happened to Naruto? Why was he acting like this? Naruto, stop! Luna screamed, and Naruto looked in her direction with his eyes full of anger. He darted at her. Naruto! She screamed, but Naruto still headed for her. He didn't attack her though because Luna's arms wrapped around him. Naruto, please stop this. She whispered to him. Come back to me please, you don't have to fight anymore. Please stop this. Naruto, come back to me please, I don't want to lose you. Naruto's powers began to fade as the energy that surrounded him began to go back into the ground, and his eyes returned to their blue color. His red swirl came back where it should be as Luna held him tight. Luna? He said, looking into her eyes. Naruto, I thought I had lost you, she said, tightening the hug on him. She pulled back as tears came out of her eyes. Naruto rubbed against her cheek, and she did the same as she was so happy to have the Naruto she loved back. She realized what just went through her head, but she didn't care because that was how she felt about him, and she never wanted that to change. Naruto didn't realize what he had done until everyone explained it to him. He was so shocked how demonic he had fought. How long have you had this power, Naruto? Celestia asked, concerned for him. I don't know, probably my whole life because it felt right to embrace the power. Did I hurt anyone here? He asked, worried that one of his friends could have been hurt by him. No, Naruto, Luna said, putting her two hooves on his. You only took out the apes, but I think you almost killed them. Why did you do that? What was that power? I don't know, I do know that it felt good to hurt those apes and… He looked up and saw Karnak standing next to Remedy. Remedy, get away from him. He's one of them. No, he isn't. As of 2 months ago, he became my father. Naruto looked at Karnak, who placed a fist on his chest. I have chosen to serve the true queen of my people, and she is my goddaughter. I have never seen that kind of power, not even from Shadow, he said, making Naruto look at him with wide eyes. Who is Shadow exactly? Naruto looked at Karnak with anger-filled eyes. He wanted the answer, but he felt like he was losing consciousness from the amount of power he had used. He's my brother. Everyone looked at Remedy, who looked only at Naruto. He wants to become the ruler of Equestria, and he has achieved power greater than Princess Celestia. However, he needs me dead in order to gain full control of the kingdom. However, because of his dark power, everyone fears him. Is this Shadow the royal darkness you talked about before, Karnak? Naruto asked, looking at Luna. Yes, he is the one who wishes to have Luna as his mistress. But he doesn't want the current Luna, he wants Nightmare Moon. Everyone looked at Karnak with confused and horrified looks. I do not know what he plans on doing, that only that he plans to do it. He has more than just apes to do his dirty work. However, I am no longer in his army. I will help you protect Luna from now on. I fear that if he is able to turn Luna back into Nightmare Moon, the two of them will rule all of Equestria. I won't let that scumbag touch Luna, Naruto shouted to the roof. Everyone looked at him with such a look that everyone was shocked. From this day forth, I swear that I won't let anyone hurt you, no matter who it is, Luna. Luna looked into his eyes and saw that he was serious about this. Do not worry, Naruto, after 2 failures it'll be a while before he tries anything again. I may have lost an eye in our battle, but I know how he'll move. Karnak knew what he was talking about, but Naruto was slowly slipping out of consciousness. He will wait a month, maybe 2, and have a plan ready, but we don't have to worry because if he sends apes, they will be easily spotted. Anything else I will hear and notify you immediately, I swear. I guess that means we can go about our lives until then, right, Karnak? Luna asked him. He nodded to her, and she looked back to Naruto. Let's get back to the house. I want to talk about a few things if you're okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Naruto couldn't hold on any longer, and he collapsed to the floor. Luna screamed, asking Karnak to help her. They all brought him to his house, where he stayed there for a long time, with Luna never leaving his side. Naruto, although unconscious, could feel the worry from Luna, and one of his hooves reached out to her, which she immediately took. She knew it wasn't right, but that night when the moon shined down on them, she put her lips over Naruto's and stole a kiss in his sleep. She felt guilty about it, but she wanted him to know that she wasn't leaving. He wouldn't even know about it, so it's not like it mattered. However, she felt like there was something about his power that was strange. She noticed it when those two apes were after Remedy. His demonic powers didn't surface until she had been hurt, and the same thing had happened this time, only he had seen it happen and was knocked out. But does that mean the demonic side of him cared about her? That would mean that Naruto cared about her. She rested her head next to his as she found a spot on the bed next to him. This was probably going to be the only time she could do this, and she wanted to make it count. Chapter end.
Now watch daily exclusive and censored lemon stories and mature content, along with NSFW images, featuring harem girls characters from the fics. Access all this and more on my Patreon. Click the link in the description to explore.